Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mandy and I am a full-time reseller. Today I am filming this video the same day it is going out. It is currently May the 5th at 12:34 p.m. I wanted to wait as long as I could to see if anything changed on this subject. If you are one of my current subscribers, you probably have already seen me post that I have been suspended from Poshmark. So I just kind of wanted to go over what my experience was with the whole suspension, and then kind of what my thoughts are going forward with Poshmark. Please feel free in the comments below if you got suspended, got a warning, if you had nothing happen to you and you were relisting, delisting, put that in the comments below. I'd really like to see, kind of what's going on in the community. So first, I guess I will start off, if you don't know what I'm talking about at all, Poshmark did roll out a new policy. It's called excessive listing removal policy. It went live on the 1st of May. I will pop up what they have said is acceptable, not acceptable. I feel like they are going against what they're saying is acceptable. According to this, it says what counts as excessive listing. And it says the following actions are considered abusive and are not allowed: repeatedly removing and or relisting the same items within 60 days, mass listing removals, whether manually or through automation, and then any action that circumvents marketplace listing policies in order to gain unfair search or marketing advantages. And then it says a listing removal includes deleting a listing, marking it as not for sale, or making changes like significantly altering the price, title, or description, discourage purchases, thereby effectively making it not available. So those are kind of like the ones where it's like $5,000 or something and it's not obviously worth that. I've seen that for people that are posting for like in search of items. So it says what is acceptable. And you can refresh listings that haven't sold for 60 days. You are welcome to refresh older listings to keep your closet vibrant and up to date. It says this policy is about how often you revisit your listings, not how you do it. Improve your refresh listings, add new photos, update titles and descriptions, or use their smart list AI to enhance your listings, which I absolutely hate that, so I don't use that. Use in-app features to reach shoppers. Price drop and offers to likers are great ways to boost visibility. Remove listings when no longer available. If your item sells elsewhere or is out of stock, you can delete it from Poshmark. That doesn't seem to be the case. Continue using copy listing feature. Copy listing can be used to create similar listings anytime or to refresh existing listings after 60 days. And use a vacation hold so you can put your whole closet on hold. Consequences: sellers subject to being engaging in excessive listing removals may receive automated warnings. Continuing this behavior after warning may result in temporary restrictions or on creating new listings. In severe cases, permanent account limitations may apply. Okay, so that is the policy that they have written. The very first one they put out was very vague. This was supposed to be their clarification. So on the very first day that this happened, I thought, I better just test this out. I did 10 listings that were well over 60 days. So on the first, I thought, okay, I'm going to try this out. I do use the cross-listing platform Flip. They do my sharing of my closet. They also, I delist, relist what I'm choosing, and I also cross-list. So that morning, I went in like I always do, put all my listings out, and then I delisted, relisted 10 items that I knew were 60 days over. Flip shows you, and I just knew because they have been sitting there for a while. So I put those out and it took like 2 hours, I think. And I got the first email that I'm sure if you've been following this on Facebook groups or whatever, you've seen it because it's all generated by a bot. It's just telling you your listing activity is suspected of violating our excessive listing removal policy. Please note the following actions are not permitted. And then it gives you all this stuff. The thing I thought it was originally was mass listing removals, whether manually or through automation, especially when followed by relisting. So I thought maybe it was going too fast because my bot was doing it. So I thought, okay, like maybe that's it, And in my head at that point, I thought I'm gonna have to maybe like space it out. But at that point, I wasn't really thinking too much of it. I was taking a pair of shoes out of my inventory because I wasn't gonna have them for sale any longer. And immediately I got the email saying your listing privileges on Poshmark have been suspended for the following reasons. So I had originally sent an email on the very first one that I got. It said, hi, I just received this threat to remove my listing privileges. Anything that was delisted, relisted was over 60 days. Why am I getting this? And then it's the same one that I'm sure everyone has seen also that is supposedly from a person, but I can guarantee these are all bots. It says, thank you so much for reaching out. After review of your screenshot provided, it looks like it's going against our policy. I certainly understand your concern regarding the recent changes. To clarify, our system will look for listing removal activity that would be considered unusually high when compared to other similar users' activity. While we cannot specify the exact number of removals, the policy is meant to only impact users who are removing listings excessively. You can find the details here. Rest assured, we certainly understand that there are legitimate reasons for occasionally removing listings, blah, 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 blah. So they didn't answer anything that I said because I told them exactly what I did, and they're not telling me why my account is being flagged because they can't. So then when I took that pair of shoes out, I immediately got the email saying that my account was suspended, and I freaking lost it. So I sent kind of a mean email. So then I sent an email and I said, what is going on? Now I'm suspended. I got an email earlier this morning saying that I had a warning for delisting, relisting 10 items that were 60 days or older, which per your verbiage is okay to do. But apparently it was too quickly. Are you kidding? What is the time frame then? 5 minutes, 1 hour, 24 hours? You need to be transparent. Now my account is suspended because I only deleted one item, which you also said was okay to do. And then I said, if this is the policy that they are going to be implementing, they're just going to push sellers away if you can't delete more than 11 items on your account. I mean, big sellers, you can't tell me that they're not selling 11 items somewhere else, that they need to get rid of it from Poshmark. So then they came back with like another email that looks very put together by, I'm sure it's like some sort of AI situation. It says, thanks for reaching out. Our records show that more than one listing has been deleted from your closet. More than one. Please note, users are allowed to delete listings that have sold elsewhere. However, we recommend being mindful of the amount of listings you are deleting to avoid any issues. So at this point, I was just like, no, like this is not happening. So I sent them another email and I said, hi, unfortunately, I do not understand this. Can you please elaborate on this statement? Our record, and then I put in like in quotations and like highlighted parts that they had said to me. Our records show that highlighted more than one listing has been deleted from your closet. Please note, highlighted, users are allowed to delete listings that have sold elsewhere. However, blah, 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 blah. I said, please explain to me how deleting one listing is against your policy. I can't even delete one. This completely goes against the next statement you wrote, saying that you can delete listings that are sold on other platforms. Is Poshmark trying to punish users from selling on other sites? Would you prefer I keep my listings up and then I have to cancel sales? If this is the case, you are about to lose a lot of sellers and buyers. If you are not able to explain this situation to me further, please send me to someone that can. This is beyond unacceptable. So now, days later, because this was sent on May 2nd, and this one was just sent to me 15 minutes ago. I think I've already gotten this email, to tell you the truth, because it just is the same shit they keep saying. And it says, thanks for replying. To clarify, we detected abusive behavior. I'm pretty sure I've had this one already. Our system looks for listing removal activity that would be considered unusually high when compared to, yeah, I've had this exact email sent to me already. It's like, I am a true Scorpio when it comes to holding grudges on things and kind of like, I don't want to say I'm overreacting, but I definitely kind of focus in when I'm angry about something. And the point being that they are pushing this so hard and like doubling down on it, and no one can give me an explanation is the part that's pissing me off the most. Some people were saying, just put the items for not for sale. I have a couple issues with that. One, I'm pretty sure any item that you have listed in your Poshmark closet is not for sale. If you would put your Poshmark closet on vacation mode, when you come back, everything that you have not for sale is also going to come back. That's my understanding. So that would be a complete nightmare to have to figure out which ones you sold somewhere else or which ones you truly had left. So I just want to delete it. And I don't want to be told what to do. Like, this is my business. Poshmark has their business. That's fine. But you're telling me you can dictate if I can put something not for sale or delete it from your platform? I'm not okay with that. I've also seen some people that are, I don't know how to say this. I don't want to come off as being mean about this, but I am just saying like true facts in the business world. Poshmark is putting this off as saying they're trying to be fair for everyone. Tell me what business in 2025 cares about anything besides profit and their bottom line. There is none. There is none. So you're telling me that Poshmark is now just had a change of heart and they want their platform to be fair for all sellers and that they're going to punish people. I don't by any means think that I am a big seller. I'm talking people that make them thousands of dollars a week, that they're fine with this and that their accounts weren't suspended. So none of that makes sense to me. Another comment people are saying is because it's you're sharing your closet with a bot. I don't think that's it either, because once again, does Poshmark not want to make money? Because these big sellers, you're telling me that they're sitting there scrolling through their phone manually, sharing their closet every day. It's just, that's not going to happen. So my thoughts on this whole situation, I have a couple theories on maybe why this is happening. I do not have any insider information. It's just based off what I've seen people saying, just knowledge I have about businesses in general. I think that part of this is some sort of ploy to push their promoted listings because they know that it's going horribly. I've never seen anyone that is paid for their promoted listings that was happy with the results. I don't believe I've seen anybody say that. Part of the problem, Poshmark wants to have it kind of like eBay, but if you're going to do that, I don't want to pay per click. What does it matter if somebody clicks on it? I want to only pay that amount if somebody buys it. That's the whole point. So I think that's part of their issue with the promoted listings. But also it's like, on the other hand, they're trying to make this fair for everyone unless you pay, so it's like you can't have both sides. So I think it has something to do with that. Another thought I had, I don't know anything about like cloud storage or how that works, but Poshmark has to pay for like all of our photos, listings, all of that to be hosted like on a server somewhere. I don't know if delisting, relisting screws with that a little bit and they have to pay more. If anyone knows anything about that, let me know because I'd be curious. That's just like one thought I had because I don't know where this came from all of a sudden. So my future with Poshmark, I can start listing again on the 8th, I think it was, so Thursday. Currently right now I am still able to sell items. I can send offers to people. I just can't put new listings up. Weirdly, this weekend was crazy busy on Poshmark, so I don't know if they are working on something on the backside of the search trees. I have no idea. It's just been a wild couple days with Poshmark. Like I said, I do hold grudges against things, and this has really irritated me. And to the point where I don't like it when people tell me what I can and cannot do and not explain why. That was always my biggest pet peeve working in corporate, is when you have people that have absolutely no idea what you do for your job, and then they change everything and then just expect you to figure it out and whatever, and they don't give you any reasoning. And if they do, it makes no sense. So that's one irritation that I have with Poshmark, and the fact that no one in any of these emails I have sent can tell me why. because I didn't do anything wrong. I did exactly what they said that I could do based on the clarification that they sent out. It also irritates me because why isn't it happening to everybody? There's a lot of people I've heard that have gotten their accounts suspended, but other people that are doing similar things that I am and nothing's happening. So that's also making me wonder, is it some sort of glitch that's happening? But if that's the case, why are they doubling down on people like, nope, you did it, you're suspended? Like, say, oh, you know, we just rolled this out. Let us look and see what happened. No, it's just blame, blame, blame when I didn't even do anything wrong. So going forward with Poshmark, we'll see if I'm even going to be allowed to put listings out on the 8th because I've been deleting stuff like crazy. I had a very busy weekend. I sold, I don't even know how many things on eBay. I was taking stuff out of my inventory to send a thread up because I'm like, I don't care. I'm deleting it. If I'm already suspended, what more are they going to do? Ban my account, you know, at this point? So we'll see if they do let me put stuff out there. Otherwise, I don't know. I'm trying to tell myself, like, cool down. Let's just see how this all shakes out. But I can be very hot-headed in these type of situations, and I know that. But I am still making sales there. But part of me is just out of spite. I don't want to give Poshmark any more money, you know? So, like, that's one thing I'm trying to talk myself down from and just see what happens. If I am still going to be suspended for longer, I don't know. I guess just keep the closet open. And if sales are still getting made, you know, send them out. And if I can list, I think maybe I just won't delist, relist at all on Poshmark. I don't know. Until something gets straightened out, I'm just going to kind of go with the flow. And Poshmark is now going to be my bottom priority. Like, I am not going to put a lot of effort into it right now at all, until things change or my mood changes. I don't know. So let me know in the comments below, like I said earlier, if you are suspended, if you actually got any other information than what I've kind of been showing you. Everything I've been seeing from people are the same emails that I got, just maybe worded a little bit different. If you only got a warning, let me know what happened there. If you have been doing everything that they said was okay to do and nothing has happened to you, let me know that too, because I'm interested how that's going. And also let me know if you use some sort of automation. So if you have a bot or something, because I'm trying to figure out if that has something to do with it. My bot has still been sharing my closet. I haven't gotten any additional warnings or anything with that. Then also let me know how your sales were this last weekend on Poshmark. Like if they were higher than usual. I'm just kind of curious to know that too, because mine were pretty good and I couldn't even list anything. So I don't know. Poshmark is something else. And I feel like the past 2 years of Poshmark and me have been up and down. It's definitely not what it used to be years ago when I first started selling on it. So right now, I'm kind of 50-50 on what my plans are going forward with them. It's really going to just come down to what happens in the next couple weeks here. If I keep getting warnings, if I keep getting suspended, if they come out with something else. I wish they would, because from what I'm seeing, there are a lot of people that have been affected by this. And, you know, this is my livelihood. This is my full-time job. So when you mess with my money, I'm not okay with that. So we'll see. So let me know in the comments below everything I said earlier. I'm really interested to read what is happening. From what I'm seeing in a lot of Facebook groups, it's hard to know what is factual and what's not. I know that there were some people saying that they were delisting, relisting crazy amounts and they weren't getting in trouble. So that I don't understand. And then some people saying that they were just listing and getting in trouble. So it's like, that's the other thing. I'm trying to take these comments with a grain of salt because it's the internet. People can lie. I will say I'm being truthful to you guys on what I did on, what was it, Thursday the 1st? That's all I did. I do have an automation system, so I don't know if that is part of it. We shall see. But I just can't believe that Poshmark in 2025 is going to punish sellers for using automation that ultimately makes them money. That was my other thing. I forgot to say that too. It wouldn't surprise me if Poshmark is working on their own automation too, like some sort of sharing system that you'd pay them for, some sort of delist, relist type thing, that would make sense as well. That they want to push off, you know, all these other companies. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.